Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With barely a year to go for the blockbuster 2024 elections, the Janta Janardhan has delivered their pre-poll mandate. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've virtually peeped into the minds of people through our survey, the ETG Times Now opinion poll. The BJP is confident of getting a third consecutive term at the centre, but the opposition is finding it difficult to put up a formidable joint front in order to take on brand Modi. So as of today, what happens is what we have asked people through various questions. There is no consensus on an opposition phase, even though a lot of permutations and combinations are right now going around. But will the tide change if they come together? Is Modi still Janta's best bet for Prime Minister post? Times Now EDG Research Survey brings you the answers to all of those questions which are top of your mind. Over the next 1 hour, we'll give you the mood and pulse of the people of India. But before I do that, I would like to take you across to my very good friend Piyush Tanwar, who heads ETG Research, to get you the methodology of 90,000 respondents in this sample. Over to you, Piyush Tanwar. Can you explain to our viewers tonight on how you worked on this survey? What was your methodology and the sample size?
First of all, the duration. So to collect 90,000 samples, it took us around roughly 15 to 16 days. And the methodology is like, first of all, we have covered all the 543 seats, and with 90,000 samples, we did a 50-50. Like for 50% we took caddy samples, that is calling through calling, and 50% through field, door-to-door sampling, which we call like in a very late. And about this, first of all, methodology, we'll see like the challenging part was the language. So if you see, like if you go to the south, then we have to cover, like we have to take samples from like Malayalam and then Tamil, then Telugu, and then if you go Gujarati, Marathi, and then coming to the west side, east side, Bengali, Odia, and also in part of the northeast. So we have covered all the 540 cities, and the entire survey we did it in a scientific way. So maintaining the proportion of like gender-wise, occupation-wise, and usually like if there is a caste politics in any of the states, so we handpick those samples which belong to that particular caste. And that's our methodology. And also we make sure that questions which we ask to the people, they should understand that question. That's the main and also like after getting the data, after getting the samples, our data team, compile the entire data and then do the analysis. And then we compile the entire entire country data taken from different states.
And what was the time period of this survey, Piyush? Because that's very important. How recent is it? And you said 16 days, so which means you started end of April, around that time?
Somewhat around 4 to 5 April we started, and we finished just yesterday. So my team was compiling all the data like this.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is fresh off the oven, really piping hot numbers that we are serving to you. Takes into account all recent incidents and news developments. Clearly, if the survey has been timed to end yesterday, and today you worked on these numbers all night and provided them to us, then Piyush Tanwar, you must be a very, very tired man tonight. But let's go straight to the point and let's hit the first question that we asked our respondents. And the first question comes up on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. The question that we asked our respondents was simply this: how do they look at Rahul Gandhi's disqualification as a member of parliament? Will the Congress benefit from this? Well, no, it's a judicial matter, say 39% people. 20% people say that Rahul Gandhi will get sympathy, won't matter, say 11% people, can't say 27% people. But 39% people believe that this will have no bearing on elections, given the fact that this really was a judicial matter. Let's go to question number 2. Has Bharat Jodo Yatra affected Rahul Gandhi's political image? Yes, say 30%. Improved for the better. London tour dented the impact, say 22%, so gain 30%, lose 22%, and then doing well should work harder, that's 25%, can't say 23% people. Will the entire opposition unite before 2024? That's the third question we asked. Yes, say 31% people, no, say 26% people. Post-poll alliance can be likely, 26%, can't say 17%. Those are the answers coming in. Fourth question that we asked our respondents: how do you see the politics over Gautam Adani? Targeted propaganda. 34% of our respondents feel it's targeted propaganda. It's an international toolkit. 16% people feel. So that is 50% of the people feel it's either an international hit job or propaganda. So that is the big response. It is against India. Add to that another 19%. It's nearly 70% people feel that this is clearly not much of an issue, and it is a hit job and should wait for the probe report, say 31% people. So nearly 70% people don't really believe in Rahul Gandhi's biggest issue. Fifth question: how do you see the CBI ED action on corruption? And this will come as a surprise. Spectacular work. 49% of the people in this country believe it's spectacular work. Earlier governments ignored this issue, say 17%, so that makes it approximately 66% who are in favor of this. Nation getting its money back is also something that people appreciate, 13%, and 21% feel that this is a good job done. Tehseen Poonawalla joining us on the panel. Also joining us tonight is Shehzad Poonawalla, BJP spokesperson. Tushar Gupta, he is the head of Swarajya magazine. Also joining me on this broadcast is Dr. Sanjay Jha, my friend, and he's been suspended from the Congress party, yet supports them just so much that it's touching. Tanveer Ahmed, the national spokesperson of the JDS, Karthik Reddy, spokesperson of the BRS, Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, also joining the show. Tehseen Poonawalla, dal to gal nahi rahi. All the issues that you are picking up, from Adani to CBI ED, don't have traction with the people of India. Are you going wrong in getting the pulse of the people?
No, I don't think that is completely the issue. I think the massive and the biggest issue for the people of India is unemployment, is economy. These are the two biggest issues, and these are related to the other issues that have been raised up. So I do believe, and as the survey goes, economy, which this government has absolutely no clue how to handle, and unemployment. These are the issues of the people. But let's come to the issues that have been raised, whether it is the CBI ED issue or whether it is the industrialist issue that has been raised. There are some very pertinent questions about governance in our country that has been put out. For example, in the Enforcement Directorate issue, the most honorable Supreme Court in written said that the ED director's tenure will not be extended. Why was that done? An absolute insult to the Supreme Court. And in spending 12 MPs, you extended their tenure. As so far as this industrialist is concerned, the fact of the matter is that there is an investigation, but even now the government has so far not come clean, or SEBI has not come clean, onto the shell companies, onto the round tripping of the money, onto whether India, which I don't believe is the banana republic, can bring in money somewhere like this way, which is a criminal offense. So I think the government will eventually fall into trouble on these issues, but economy and unemployment, these are the weak points of the government.
Shehzad Poonawalla, Tehseen has waxed eloquent about the fact that there is an investigation on, but even then the government has not spoken. You know, isn't he contradicting himself? If the investigation is on, how can the government speak before the investigation is over?
First of all, Navika, after the Sessions Court verdict in Surat, I think this is yet another jhatka. I would call it a double jhatka for the Congress party. And if I would summarize the results of your survey, ulta pada disqualification ka pasa, because you can see 7% say don't matter. नहीं चला झांसा, अडानी वाला झांसा नहीं चला, almost 69% से कि झांसा नहीं चलेगा. टूट गई सारी आशा, एक होने की जो आशा थी, यूनिटी ऑफ ऑपोजिशन, 69% से कांट से ये एक हो पाएंगे कि नहीं हो पाएंगे. और पड़ा करारा तमाचा. ईडी सीबीआई के परिप्रेक्ष्य में यही व्यक्ति सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक गया था 14 पार्टियों के रूप में. और वहां पर भी इनके सारे आर्गुमेंट को रिजेक्ट कर दिया. अब दे आर अगेन चेंजिंग द गोल पोस्ट. तो इसीलिए मैं कहूंगा आपके सर्वे का उल्टा पड़ा पासा, नहीं चला झांसा, टूट गई इन सब की आशा, पड़ा करारा तमाचा. दिस इज द निचोड़. एंड आई वुड ओनली से 2 or 3 थिंग्स. अगर अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट और इकोनॉमी इतना ही बड़ा विषय है नाविका, हालांकि फ्रॉम 10th to 5th पोजीशन वी हैव रीच्ड, वी आर द फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग इकोनॉमी, एंड टुडे द हाईएस्ट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट rates are actually in Rajasthan and in the non-BJP ruled states. If this was the real issue, please see the time dedicated to issue of Adani and issue of disqualification of Rahul, issue of other factors, and issue of unemployment and economy. You will understand that this is entirely bogus issues, including Mr. Pawar has said that look, you are going after the wrong issues. And today let me also speak 1 or 2 words about this 2024. Look, Navika, people have moved on from the era of Deve Gowda ji and Inder Kumar Gujral ji. Today they give stable verdicts for stable governments. Therefore they want mission and vision, not these people who come to defend corruption, commission, division and obsession with Modi and ambition for position. And therefore this today's survey is actually just a trailer of what is coming in 2024. My condolences to people who are sitting in suspended animation or who are in lively animation. Both of them I convey my condolences to them.
Well, let me take the next set of questions, and Tehseen, I'll come back to you. How do you see the killings of Atiq and Ashraf? That's question number 6 that we asked. Reduced to dust, mitti mein mila diya, say 44% people. Questioning law and order, 16% people. What you sow, so shall you reap, 19% people. Can't say 21%. So 44 plus 19. I don't know if it's such a positive thing, but the fact is that people believe that if you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Not really an issue that is finding that little chord. Yes, 16% people believe that, you know, law and order, it does reflect on that. But 44 plus 19, 68% is my 63% people. Well, my maths is always a little bit on the tricky side. 63% people believe that, you know, it was just mitti mein mila diya, and you live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Argument works.
Do you think V.D. Savarkar was a true patriot? That's another issue that Rahul Gandhi has picked up. भाई उन्होंने कहा है मैं गांधी हूं, सावरकर नहीं. How many people in India believe that he is a true patriot? Yes, say 57% he is a true patriot. No, say 20%. Partially is 8%, so that makes it 65% people in this country believe that Savarkar is a patriot. Can't say 15%. Actually, even this issue goes against Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Mamata and Nitish capable to prevent clashes during Hindu festivals? That's the question that has been asked. There's no will to do so, say 26%. They can prevent, say 29%. Don't act on these issues because it helps them in polls, say 20%. And 25% say can't say. So dubious record there as well. No will to stop this 26%, and don't act because it benefits them in polls. So that's the polarization that only the BJP is charged with. Question number 9, do you see politics over crackdown on, how do you see politics over crackdown on corruption and use of agencies? Unnecessary politics, say 30% people. Corrupt are scared, 32%. Attempt to create political pressure by the BJP, say 14%. Can't say 24%. So clearly it is about 62% people plus 62% people who believe that this is an unnecessary issue that has been raked up by the opposition. And the biggest question that Mr. Rahul Gandhi always asks, that democracy is dying. We asked that question to our respondents. Is democracy and freedom of expression really in trouble in India? Absolutely not, say 41% people. Seemed so many times, 21%. Opposition's perception, say 14%. So that's 55% who don't believe that it's true. Can't say 24%. 10 questions there, and let me ask Dr. Sanjay Jha. Dr. Sanjay Jha, is the Congress party somewhere going wrong in the issues that it's picking up?
Navika, just two short points. Number one, the entire survey will be put to test in a few weeks. We will get to know in Karnataka on May 13th whether the people have really stuck, and I'm talking about people at large, the real voters, not those who have participated in this survey, as to what they really think on all these issues. And I can tell you that answer is going to be a remarkable contrast to what this survey company is currently broadcasting. And my simple point here is this: when I look at the data of 69% of people roughly siding with the Gautam Adani issue, I can tell you that end of day, in 4 weeks, Mr. Adani went from being the second richest man in the world down to below 30s, and that was the people of not just India, but the people of the entire world who agreed that there was something very fishy on the growth of Gautam Adani and his proximity to India's
Have you been
Prime
able to
Minister
convince
Narendra Modi.
Mr. Sharad Pawar, Dr. Sanjay Jha, before you convince the rest of the country?
Mr. Sharad Pawar is entirely entitled to his own opinion.
Okay.
But I can tell you he cannot, unfortunately, control the Indian or the global stock markets. Okay, that's he's got his fundamental right to his private.
Yeah, but that's what people believe, that it was a strike by the international toolkit, aided and abetted by some people here to do this as a strike to reduce an Indian's wealth. Well, Adani may be a name, doesn't go down well with the Congress party, but it is Indian wealth at the end of the day that got destroyed. How about that question?
Well, you know, Navika, I normally never try and criticize any survey report because it has got its own merits in whatever they have done. But I need to say this very honestly. When I look at some of the data points, I hope the surveyor hasn't done this entire, shall we say, sampling in some secluded part of Nagpur, because I think it looks ridiculously jaundiced and biased.
That's your best defense. Karthik Reddy is smiling there.
Spectacular is a joke.
Karthik Reddy is smiling, and as is my friend Tanveer Ahmed, both smiling. You're getting smiles from Hyderabad and from Bengaluru.
Only smile, no support. Only smile they'll give him.
Let's find out. Let's find out if the support is accompanying the smile. So Karthik Reddy, why don't you go first? Why are you smiling? Do you think the issues picked up by Mr. Rahul Gandhi are actually avoiding issues of the people and therefore do not find traction?
Navika ji, somehow, somewhere I believe too that Rahul Gandhi picks up quite trivial matters. But that's not the matter I was smiling about. When you were discussing the Adani matter with Sanjay Bhai, and quoting the survey which you just mentioned about, it kind of brought a chuckle to my face, because somewhere I believe we Indians are trusting the Adani Corporation more than Gautam Adani himself. The reason I say this, Mr. Gautam Adani has threatened to go to court against the Hindenburg company and also the Financial Times paper or whatever article they have written. And till to date, he has not filed any legal cases against the two biggest hit jobs that we call against Gautam Adani. We Indians somehow trust the Adani Corporation more than Gautam Adani himself. But again, Navika ji, coming back to the larger picture that we were talking about, the coming elections, let me tell you, history is pestered by a commonality where men had been brought down, defeated by the fallacy of invincibility. I can give you multiple examples. I can give you examples of Hitler himself. I can give you examples of Margaret Thatcher. And recent examples, I can give you examples of Trump, when everybody and all pre-poll surveys believed that Trump would come back. And we all know what happened, how Biden came back. We also know what happened in a few years before when Rajapaksa stood an election in Sri Lanka, before he came back now, that is, where he lost an election to an absolute nobody. See, Navika ji, I can also give an example of Vajpayee ji, when you remember the India Shining campaign, where everyone believed that BJP would come back, the NDA would come back. See, Navika ji, history has many stories like this, where men have been fallen by the fallacy of invincibility. Another point I like to add, Navika ji, a large portion of Modi ji's popularity and invincibility is because of the Congress party. Last two elections, general elections, I trust and I believe that Congress party has put up a very meek and meager battle. If the primary opposition of this country does not project a viable face, does not project a viable story, does not project a viable political angle to this country, obviously there would be the Modi nahi to aur kaun. That's what is happening in this country. The options for the prime ministership which the Congress party should have projected, they have failed miserably. And if you know, if we have take back of the last point, Navika ji, let me finish this. As Sanjay Bhai said, the fall of Mr. Modi will start with Karnataka. BJP will struggle to cross 50 seats as Mr. Napoleon had his Waterloo, Hitler had his Stalingrad, Modi will have his Karnataka.
And Rahul Gandhi will come up to us. Is that what you're saying?
I have absolutely no idea. You should ask Sanjay Bhai or Tehsin. There are two.
No, I mean, you are in the country, you are analyzing Modi, you won't analyze. I mean, the situation in the country is a sum total of all these individuals.
See, I was also critical about Congress party, Navika ji. I told you the reason.
All right. Tehsin.
I am putting my money where my mouth is. I will be with you on 13 May. 130 plus for the Congress is the first state that Bharat Jodo, Rahul Gandhi went through, that visuals of him speaking in the rain. 130 plus. And Navika ji, I told you many important
money where
my mouth is. 130 plus.
Well,
13
I want
with you 13.
I want to put a disclaimer out. Betting is not allowed in India, and on national television I will not allow any betting.
One line.
Response.
But when all these numbers of Karnataka come,
that's an expression.
Can I please make my statement without you all having crosstalk?
Sorry, please.
When all of these predictions of theirs come true or don't come true, they will absolve Indian democracy, right? They will not say लोकतंत्र मर चुका है, लोकतंत्र की लाश खुद गई है, कब्र में खुद गई है लोकतंत्र की लाश. ये तो बोलना बंद कर देंगे ना. लोकतंत्र जीवित है, तभी तो संजय जी का एक म्यूजिंग है और इनका एक और म्यूजिंग है, और वो जिनका कोई कर्नाटका में स्कोप नहीं है उनका अलग म्यूजिंग है. तो ये म्यूजिंग इसीलिए हो रहा है ना क्योंकि कर्नाटका में डेमोक्रेसी इज लिविंग, या वहां पे अच्छा तो बिहार में ठीक है, ये बिहार में ठीक होता है, हिमाचल में ठीक हो जाता है, और कर्नाटका में ठीक होता है, पर ये उत्तर प्रदेश में बंद हो जाता है. ये कैसा है? ये कौन सा साउथ मुंबई बिहारी एक्सेंट कहां से आ जाता है? जब भी कभी भी मैं पॉइंट पे फैक्ट पे कुछ बोलता हूं, ये साउथ मुंबई बिहारी एक्सेंट आ जाता है.
All right, calm down. Dr. Sanjay Jha, I know you are all set for the 2024 elections, and you will, I hope, get unsuspended by then and get a ticket. Yeah, one line.
ईटीजी वालों का एक
खुलासा हो जाएगा.
Okay.
ईटीजी वालों का एक सवाल का तो पैसा आपको देना ही नहीं चाहिए. ये तो इन्होंने पुष्टि कर दी कि इंडिया में डेमोक्रेसी जीवित है, तो ईटीजी वालों के 10th क्वेश्चन का पैसा मत दीजिए. ये संजय झा और तहसीन पूनावाला ने ये कहकर कि कांग्रेस जीत सकती है, इसको पुष्ट कर दिया है कि लोकतंत्र जीवित है. ईटीजी वालों का एक सवाल का पैसा मत दीजिए.
Well, so now let's go to the next set of questions, and question number 11. Are you satisfied with the work of Modi Sarkar 2.0? Absolutely satisfied, say 51% people in the 9th year of the Modi Sarkar. Satisfied to a great extent, say 16%, that's 67%. Average satisfaction, say 12%. Wasn't good at all, say 21%. So about 79% still believe that Modi Sarkar has done a good job. Now, that is a number, Tushar, you need to keep in mind. Let me also look at question number 12. What's the biggest achievement of the Modi Sarkar 2.0? Handling COVID, say 26% people. Article 370 abrogation, 9% people. Construction of Ram Temple, 29% people. Public welfare schemes, 17%. Crackdown on corruption is 19%. So between handling of COVID and the Ram Temple, these are the two big achievements that people are voting for. Question number 13, what's the biggest failure of the Modi Sarkar 2.0? Inflation, say 34%, unemployment 46%, failed to bring back black money 13%, Chinese provocations not handled well 7%. Very low on that. And again another issue that maybe Rahul Gandhi is making a mistake. Unemployment and inflation seem to be the top items on people's agenda. Can the BJP win 300 seats again in 2024? Question number 14 on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, undoubtedly, say 42% people. Seems difficult, say 26%. Will be clear during polls, say 19%, and 13% sit on the fence. But 42% people believe that it's going to be absolutely a BJP Sarkar. And question number 15, why is Aam Aadmi Party taking a hard stand on the Prime Minister's degree? People feel bid to cover corruption 31%, to become the face of the opposition 19%. It's just Kejriwal style 9%, can't say 41%. So, you know, it's not really catching the pulse of the people. Let me get in Tanveer Ahmed, national spokesperson of the JDS. Where do you stand on some of these issues? Because most people seem to be satisfied with the performance of the Modi Sarkar.
Most people seem to be satisfied with Modi Sarkar. Let us really ask a couple of questions. Where are we standing when it comes to global hunger index, freedom of press? Where are we standing when on democracy index? Where are we standing on a lot of issues like inflation, which you really brought up? I mean, if at all these are non-issues, we don't know. See, Savarkar is an issue which is raked up by Rahul Gandhi. China is an issue which is raked up by Rahul Gandhi. As my good friend from BRS said, Rahul Gandhi's issues are not national issues. There are certain very, very pertinent burning issues which all of us are really asking. When we really bring the battle between Rahul Gandhi versus Modi, Modi is a very tall figure. He would always, take Rahul Gandhi for breakfast. But when it comes to issues like unemployment,
that's JDS.
When it comes to issues like employment,
JDS.
Yeah. No, that's India. That's not JDS. That's India. Ooh. So let's see. When we compare Rahul Gandhi versus Modi, Modi is anytime much bigger. But Modi can really be tackled, should be questioned on important pertinent issues which everybody is asking. Unemployment, inflation. Modi Sarkar told that they are going to double our income by two folds. I mean, our pain really increased by 100 folds.
Per capita
no,
absolutely
no. Shehzad, aapka ho gaya hoga.
India's per capita income doubled. In 9 years it doubled.
Yeah.
So economists expert bhi बैठ के बताइए economic survey में आ गया.
Well,
it has been doubled.
It was farmers' income which needed to be doubled by 20.
Indians' income should be doubled.
ठीक है, वो आधा भूल गए थे. It was farmers' income.
One second.
Indians' income has doubled.
Okay.
That's why 1,05,000
allow him.
Indians committed
Please
suicide.
don't interrupt. He's sitting on a remote location.
He's right. But just 1 second. Tanvi bhai, 1 second. That's why 1,65,000 Indians committed suicide. Because incomes are doubled.
Tehseen bhai.
Sorry. Please,
allow him.
That's the thing. No empathy of suicide. This BJP has no empathy of people's lives.
You have to only concentrate on one line that he said, which is that Modi can have Rahul Gandhi for breakfast. Now just sit quiet and allow him to finish his point. Yes, Tanveer.
Okay. Farmers are certainly an issue. Women employment, which China has really employed their 89% of their women on regular employment, whereas Modi Sarkar has
China.
Oh, lost that contact with Tanveer Ahmed. Abbas Haider, why don't you continue? Do you think Rahul Gandhi is picking up issues that don't matter to the people and therefore the BJP is getting stronger? Where do you stand on that?
See, I was listening to one of my co-panelists. He took name of Napoleon. So it reminded me of that Napoleon once said that if you want to conquer the world, promise everything and deliver nothing. And this is the theory of Bharatiya Janata Party. They exactly believe in this. Labor participation rate in India fell by 15% in just 5 years. Consumer price index was 6.5% in January. And Shehzad Poonawala was talking about per capita income. So per capita income is actually, if you divide gross domestic product by the population, so that will be the per capita income. So obviously your billionaire friends, Adani and all, so their income has increased manyfold. So in that way, you can say that per capita income of
GDP increased.
Indians have
You
increased. But
agree
in reality, it has not
GDP has
increased.
become $1 trillion,
Because
which it wasn't in the
84%
earlier
citizens
era.
of the country, their income has declined in this country. This is a reality. 16 crore people have become poorer. I mean, in just like 2 years, according to Oxfam. So this is the reality. And I think this survey, I don't question the survey, but many other pertinent questions which are related, which touch the day-to-day life of common people are not accommodated in this survey. If these questions would have been accommodated, the survey would have been quite different. But I'm surprised to see, not surprised, but I am happy to see that even people there, 58% people according to this survey, they are confused that Modi is not coming to power in 2024.
I think you got that wrong. I think you got that wrong. Can a united opposition take on PM Modi? They say
no,
not in 2024, 49%, to some extent 19%. Let them unite first, 15%. Will unite and give a good fight, 17%. So 49%.
The question which says that is Modi coming back to power in 2024.
That is the 300 seats.
That is only 300. Tushar Gupta, Abbas Haider is confused on the numbers. Numbers, can BJP win 300 seats? 42% people believe yes.
No, but I believe that this does not represent 1.4 billion citizens of the country. But still, in this survey, 58% people, they are confused. They for only 42% believe according to the survey that
Tushar Gupta, why 58%
Tushar
Gupta wants to counter you. Okay.
Both maths and economics logic have taken a serious hit in the last 90 seconds. Mr. Haider hasn't noted probably on his screen, but 42% are sure that he's coming back with 300 plus seats. Another 19% say that will be clearer during the polls. We are not even factoring in the campaigning right now. Nevertheless, I'll start with Tehseen, who said inflation and unemployment are big issues.
That's why they're not
Tehseen,
sure.
Mr. Haider, I heard you. Tehseen, 2022 was the big year for the Congress. 5 big state elections in March. The economy was in dire because of 2 years of COVID. Congress failed to make a mark. In fact, the Congress was busy losing states they were supposed to win in Uttarakhand, Goa and Punjab. So let's stop with the inflation and the unemployment argument. Someone here was quoting the CPI number, 6.5%. Sir, 12.2%. November 2013, the grand UPA 2 era. Sanjay Jha is saying the Karnataka will be a test for these numbers. The Karnataka is going to be a test for these numbers. Even the worst forecast for the BJP put them at 90 odd seats, the worst forecast. But even if there are some people here who want to base their prediction for 2024 on the hope of the state results, let's take a look back and remember what happened in 2013 December. The BJP lost 3 states, and then 6 or 4 months later, Rahul Gandhi couldn't even win 1 seat in all those 2 states, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan.
2018.
So let's
2018, not 13, just to correct you.
1 seat.
2018, yes,
yeah.
Thank you for that. Now coming back to the final point, Navika. Narendra Modi's government has done work on the ground. People are backing that. We can pretend democracy is dead. People do not believe that. We can pretend Adani is being helped by Modi. People do not buy that. We can pretend that Rahul Gandhi's conviction will have some sort of a sympathy for him. It did not work in Gujarat. He was on the Bharat Jodo Yatra back then. He was talking about spreading love and harmony. The problem, Navika, is Congress doesn't want to acknowledge what the real issues are on the ground. Probably if they present an economic model...
And that comes out clearly in the survey that probably the issues the Congress party and Mr. Rahul Gandhi are picking up are not issues that really matter to the people. It is other issues which matter to them which are not being picked up, because Adani issue is on which this entire parliament session was washed off. But people say it's unemployment and inflation that should have been, top of the mind. But that is not being addressed by Rahul Gandhi. So let's go across to how the opposition is going to fare. And let's look at the opposition, what the Janta, what the public thinks about the opposition. Question number 16 on your screens. Who will be opposition's face in 2024? Rahul Gandhi, 29% people feel. Mamta Banerjee, 13%. Arvind Kejriwal, 19%. KCR, 7%. Nitish Kumar, 8%. A wild card entry, somebody unknown, 24%. Higher than anybody other than Rahul Gandhi. So, is the Congress still the biggest opposition? And is the Modi Sarkar doing right in taking Rahul Gandhi as an opposition leader and then, you know, trying to prove him wrong in everything? Question number 17. Can a united opposition take on Prime Minister Modi? Not in 2024, say 49% of the people. 2024 में आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते तहसीन. Please listen, look at those numbers. And not, to some extent, 19%. Let the opposition unite first, say 15%, will unite and give a good fight, 17%. So most people, almost 50% people believe that 2024 there is no challenge to Narendra Modi. What is the most important issue currently? Inflation 20%, 24%, unemployment 33%, corruption 7%, all the above 36%. Who is the strongest prime ministerial candidate for 2024? In his 9th year, Narendra Modi 64%, Rahul Gandhi 13%, Nitish Kumar 6%, KCR 5%, Arvind Kejriwal 12%. That is 64% is still, you know, people's expectation that he's the strongest face. What will be the what will be the vote share? Or we'll come to the vote share and the seats question later. Many hands going up.
The question, you know, the interesting number here, and this is for Tehseen. I'm not focused on the 64%. I'm focused on 13 and 12%. People believe that Arvind Kejriwal, with 0 Lok Sabha seats right now, is a competition to Rahul Gandhi. It tells us a lot where Rahul Gandhi is politically today.
Tehseen.
No, I mean, this is just, I don't see it that way. The fact of the matter is that Rahul Gandhi is not declared himself as a prime ministerial candidate. The Congress doesn't have a process of calling a prime ministerial candidate, but a larger issue.
If the Congress were
it doesn't. It never does. The MP
so you think Mallikarjun Kharge can be the next prime minister?
Anyone can be the next prime minister from a united opposition. I'm saying this on record. The elected MPs select the prime minister. ये वो नहीं होता मैं अकेला सब पे भारी I alone. This is we
elected,
not I.
1 minute.
Elected
1 minute. 1 minute. I want to ask you, Shehzad Poonawalla.
All elected MPs.
In 2004, did the elected MPs choose? 1 minute.
They did.
1 minute.
They did in the CWC. They did. They elected MPs.
One second. First of all, it was not
a Rajya Sabha member was picked up, not even a Lok Sabha member.
And by the way, the Prime Minister wasn't chosen in CWC, in CLP, not in CWC. So he does not know the difference between CWC and CLP.
One second.
It's a legislature party, not a blocking committee.
I am very clear. Can I please clarify? No. Can I please clarify? CWC ratified his appointment. Hold on. No. CWC ratified.
Your democracy and elected members choosing Manmohan Singh was clear from the fact that a Rajya Sabha member was made the Prime Minister. It was, if he was so important as an
Navika, we are getting distracted. Let's not get distracted. Let's have a serious... One second, please, Mr. Tushar. See, let us focus on some of the issues. The reason why the people don't trust this ragtag opposition as an alternative is because, on the one hand, please look at the mandates that have been given over the last 5, 7, 8 years. It is for deliverables, and it is for good governance, and it is a stable mandate. People want stable governments. On the other hand, can they show me one example which they can market as a role model example? No. Can they say that they have any commonality in fundamental issues? On Article 370, for instance, Congress has one position, Aam Aadmi Party has a diametrically opposite position, Uddhav Sena has a third position, JDS has a fourth position. Let's say even on Ram Mandir and Ayodhya ji, the fundamental difference between Uddhav Sena, Congress wanted to rebuild Babri, Uddhav Sena was saying we destroyed Babri. Please, let me complete. If it's true or not true, please let me complete. Let's have common courtesies on this debate.
Sure, but please allow me to...
There is no fundamental consonance between these people, and therefore it's not even about the leadership question. It is about whether ideological, except for हमें अपना कुनबा बचाना है, हमें अपने भ्रष्टाचार को बचाना है. And on the other hand, you have a Modi, even in the northeast states. What Tushar forgot, after the Bharat Jodo, the first set of elections took place in northeast, where it is minority dominated, tribal dominated, where they should have had fertile ground. But because when we deliver something, it goes to Tanveer, Tilak and Thomas. It goes to Navika, Natalie and Noori. Therefore, there is no discrimination, and therefore the personality of Prime Minister Modi and
the point of the
can't be
matter,
challenged.
the point of the matter at this point is, and let me get in Karthik Reddy. Karthik Reddy, you know, opposition unity clearly is theoretical, certainly not practically viable, and it's very clear the Congress is in no alliance with the TRS or the JDS, it is in alliance with the NCP. But you can openly see NCP has its own thought process. Sharad Pawar, his statements in recent times. Having said that, on Savarkar, you even heard the Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena making their differences felt. I want to ask you, yes, there is expectation that people can challenge Modi if they come together, but many people are questioning, can the opposition really unite? So I want a practical answer, not a theoretical answer. Can the opposition come under one umbrella, yes or no?
No, Navika ji, devoid of ideology, devoid of an idea, devoid of an agenda, opposition coming together would be disastrous to the opposition. Navika ji, as we mentioned, as we spoke about at length in this debate, how Congress party itself is one of the biggest reasons, if not the reason, for Modi's popularity and NDA's long run, and the surveys what they show. If the Congress party would have picked issues which would have connected to the people of this country, if the Congress, especially the leadership, was inclusive enough of all the other parties and other parties' sentiment, the country would have seen Congress party in the opposition in a different view. For example, Shahidaz now was just speaking about how now all the other opposition leaders are only bothered about their corruption. Somehow, though so conveniently, they stopped talking about Satyapal Malik, who mentioned about one of their biggest, tallest leaders from the RSS. See, these are the issues that the opposition need to pick. If the opposition comes together on the platform of only power, that platform would fall quite disastrously.
Well, so let me, I'm coming to you, Shehzad Poonawalla, but let me get in Dr. Sanjay Jha. Dr. Sanjay Jha, the question I want to ask you, which is evident from the earlier answers that have been given by people in our poll, clearly shows that people in India believe it's an outside hit job when you raise these issues about Adani. But all the opposition parties here are hanging on to that issue. And Tanveer Ahmed is raising issues of, you know, where are we in the hunger index, where are we in the press freedom? Are these issues really people's issues? Is it affecting their day-to-day life? Their roti, education of children? They are not. I come back to the question. I'm not saying that these are not issues that should be discussed and debated. My only issue and only question to you is, are we actually going for these big ticket things which sound very fashionable to discuss in television studios but are not people's issues? When you say democracy is dead, people don't believe. When you raise the Gautam Adani issue, people don't believe that. Therefore, my question once again, because the opposition parties here on the panel are certainly not looking towards the Congress for any leadership of the opposition unity. What happens? Please look at the facts on the ground. And what do you feel?
Now, Navika, let me tell you, the only thing that the Make in India has manufactured since Mr. Modi became Prime Minister is lies, lies and lies. And I can tell you the people of India are beginning to see through this fabrication, the fraud and the fictitious claims. You know, a couple of BJP supporters are on your show. I love the way they are cherry picking data, and I will tell you this for a fact, that end of day, a week is a long time in politics, and this survey, even if I were to buy it at face value, we are 50 weeks away from a general election, Navika. As you will see, picture to bhi baki hai mere dost. And the people of India are very...
And may I just tell you, there is one BJP spokesperson, one person, maybe if you want to call him a BJP supporter, a right-wing thinker. There are 5 against. There are 5 5 people against these two if you take me out. If you take me out as the anchor of the show. There are 7 people on the debate, 5 on one side, 2 on the other, and you are still saying, and you are still saying that this is not stacked up well. You know, Dr. Sanjay Jha, यहाँ तो सर्वे खराब है, या एंकर खराब है, या हमारी नियत खराब है. ये क्या कर रहे हैं संजय झा? हाँ, लेकिन कांग्रेस खराब नहीं है, जबकि all the opposition parties here do not want to go with you, and Tanveer Ahmed is back with us and can't stop smiling. So, Tanveer Ahmed, you know, you're a logical man. You're a logical man, and I want to ask you, I haven't even gone to the seat projection. Tanveer Ahmed, is the Congress in some sort of a delirious state where it thinks that, you know, it's reading the people's mind much better? If it were, wouldn't it have more seats and more states under Congress rules?
Absolutely. Actually, there is only one party which is helping Mr. Modi grow bigger, stronger, greater, though his performance is absolutely horrendous, horrible, and hilarious, is Congress. So, Shehzad, I have learned some dialogue from you. I think, you know, you need to really give big round of applause. You know, you do rhyming words. So anyway. Firstly, Congress issues are not certainly the issues what India is facing, what India definitely needs to discuss at this juncture. As my friend from TRS party rightly said, there are a lot of very big issues, pertinent issues people are asking on the ground. Even here in Karnataka, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi is coming, we don't even know the spelling of Adani. You know, he is really busy talking about Adani. Last time also, he took away the sheen of opposition by talking Rafale. Whereas Karnataka was speaking about Mahadai, Karnataka was speaking about Kaveri, Karnataka wanted to really speak about sugarcane, pricing, farmers suicide, agrarian crisis. There are a lot of crises. Whenever Rahul Gandhi comes, I with responsibility, I'm saying Rahul Gandhi is neither well read nor well fed. He needs to really sit across with people who understand India, Indian economics, so that Rahul Gandhi could really bring up certain issues which are important for India.
Okay, Shehzad Poonawalla is responding.
Navika, since my good friend Tanveer, can Mr.
Dr. Jha, आपको क्या हो गया है? आपको क्या हो गया है? You were always such a disciplined debater. Now your Bihari blood is really coming out. You're speaking over everybody.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with the state specific. This is only specific to Sanjay Jha. But having said that, Navika, let me come to a point.
So says the third quote.
You know, Sanjay Jha, I can take you to the cleaners any time right now, but I spare you because you've already been given the ignominy you deserve by the Congress party by reducing you to a joker who appears on a 9 PM show as a suspended
I have 4 minutes on the show. I want to put the seat projection.
I don't want to draw issue with a person whose political relevance is less than a tennis ball played on the Bombay court. So I don't want to get into this. Now, can I respond
you
to
make your point. Let's stick to the debate.
You know, his relevance is less than tennis ball on South Bombay's tennis court.
Let's stick to the debate.
Now let me come back to Tanveer. Tanveer, I compliment you and I applaud you wholeheartedly and the stand you've taken. Now can I just ask you one question? Since you are the official national spokesperson, the only one left in the JDS, please take a stand, because you said that Rahul Gandhi supports the BJP in a way and Modi in a way, and Modi is doing a horrible job. Say that come what may, we will not support or take support from the Congress after the results are out on May 13th. Take that stand from your party's point. Say Congress is untouchable for us, we won't do business with them. Bolo.
Shehzad, we would definitely not like to go with Congress. That's all I can tell you. This is an internal discussion.
And if you do, on 13th of May?
They wouldn't like to, not that they
coming with
but then on 13th of May there can be situations, and in the best interest of the state, certain decisions can be taken. That view is because I'm putting out the vote shares on the screen. What will be the vote share if Lok Sabha elections take place today? Vote share projections show BJP at 38.2, that's higher than it was in the last 2 elections. Congress at 28.7, others at 33.1. And the others include all the other parties. Yes, I can give you a breakup of some parties, but I'm doing that in the seat share. But vote share, I've taken the others together just for simplicity of the graphics. But BJP improves its vote share percentage, goes up to 38.2%. It was 37 odd in 2019. Let's look at what the seat projections will be. The moment that everybody's been waiting and watching out for, what will be the seat share if Lok Sabha elections take place today? And those are the numbers on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. BJP 292 to 338, well poised once again to breach that 300 mark. Clearly, Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi have done their calculations, not just on the back of a paper, but clearly on the ground. That's what the projections are showing. 292 to 338 for the BJP. Congress 106 to 144, and that is Congress plus. Congress plus, which includes the NCP, the Uddhav Thacker's and other parties that are with them. Trinamool Congress 20 to 22, YSRCP 24 to 25, BJT 11 to 13, and other parties 50 to 80 seats between all the other parties. This INC also includes the DMK, by the way. Yeah, so the big chunk will be the DMK. So BJP still poised at 292 to 338, and that is a full majority. And Tehseen, over to you.
No, these are numbers. I respect the survey, but I disagree with it. I think 2024, like Sanjay said, picture abhi baki hai. If the Congress, as Kapil Sibal is saying, can stitch an alliance with like-minded parties, that 144 and others 50-80 can happen.
Kapil Sibal ko jaane kyun diya?
That is a mistake. That is a massive mistake the Congress has made. No, just one second. Share one thing. That is a massive mistake the Congress made. Congress should not lose intellectuals like that. I agree with that.
Then let me ask Abbas Haider. Is the Congress completely keeping itself away from any further mistakes, because everything seems to be a mistake which it has already committed? Do you think going forward Congress will not commit any other mistakes?
Kapil Sibal would have been better than some poets. He's a better poet.
Correct.
Abbas.
I believe that all the opposition parties should stick to people-oriented issues and they should work together in coordination. This is what I believe in, and as you can see,
is the Congress doing that?
BJP
is the Congress doing that?
I think Congress has to do it for its existence.
Has to do it is a different question. Is it doing it presently? Yes or no?
I'm not here to decide on behalf of Congress. You are a better judge.
Stand भी नहीं लेते हो.
I'm not a judge.
साइकिल में अगर स्टैंड ना लगाओ तो आगे बढ़ जाती है. स्टैंड लगाइए साइकिल पर.
हमारी साइकिल में तो साइड में दो और पहिए हैं जो जनता का स्टैंड है, जनता का सपोर्ट है.
ये पहिए
उसके सपोर्ट सहयोग से चल.
Well, last line. I'm completely out of time. Okay, 30 seconds.
I agree with Tehseen. The numbers for the BJP are going to look better. The numbers for the Congress are going to look far more weak. I wouldn't be surprised if the Congress alone doesn't even cross 35 seats, Navika.
Well, Shehzad.
नाविका देखिए, एक बात तो सही है कि पिक्चर अभी बाकी है, पर ट्रेलर इतना खतरनाक हो, और दूसरी बात, जो पार्टी को यूनाइट नहीं कर पा रहे, गहलोत पायलट एक नहीं कर पा रही, ये नेशनल यूनिटी करेंगे. तो तहसीन को इसलिए मैं कहता हूं कि तहसीन के ख्वाबों को कोई हकीकत से ना जोड़ो. तहसीन के ख्वाबों को कोई हकीकत से ना जोड़ो. राहुल के इस महल को कोई पत्थर से ना तोड़ो. ये करते रहे, अपने ख्याली पुलाव में जीते रहे संजय झा और तहसीन पुलाव.
We'll end it at this. We'll end it at this. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to promise you, this is, if Lok Sabha elections are held today, this is what people of India feel. This is the survey and opinions of people on all the latest issues. We'll continue to do these surveys at regular intervals just to judge the mood of the people of India. Are we reading it correct? Do political parties need to recalibrate their strategies? Well, from today's opinion survey, we definitely know that the Congress may have to pick in better issues than they are currently. But will they do so? Will other political parties in the opposition join hands with them? We'll have to wait and watch. Thank you very much to all my panelists, and thank you viewers for joining me on this special Newshour edition. Good night. Be safe.